Hello and welcome back to Cardboard Decoy Plays Kerbal Space Program. I'm speeding up time right now so we can get back in the light here. I totally should have done this before I started recording, but hey, whatever. Okay, there we go. We're now in the light so you can see. Here it is, mostly completed. What we need to do now is add an engine and some lights that I keep forgetting. So we're gonna set up and design two different ships that will tie up the rest of that. And then we will try to fly this thing to Minmus. So my idea for engines is they're going to go on here, and they're going to fire towards the front, so they're going to end up pulling this whole thing. And of course, since it'll be nuclear engines, successfully irradiating everybody aboard, but we won't worry about that part too much. So what we need to do is come up with a X-shaped piece that will not fire at the engines, or not the engines, but the fuel tanks here, and instead fire in these void spaces right here. That seems like maybe the best idea. That will eliminate the fewest possible, say, pieces that'll get overheated by the jets firing right on top of them. So what I want to do is kind of like how I have this little crossbar here, that is right there. I'll have a very short one that will just extend out this way, and then add some engines on it. And I think I can do it all in one launch. So what I'll do is I'll make 4 separate chunks of engine that will all be self-piloting and can arrange and all of that, and then the crossbeam as well, and that will go on this end, and they'll all fly apart and then attach themselves independently, and that will assemble the engine. And also, the other ship I want to make is going to carry a bunch of lights up here so we can make this thing actually sort of visible. So, let's go ahead and get started on that, to the Space Center. Alright, the service module is going to be the easy part, because I already have one. Let me go ahead and look through all of my ships that I have here. Let me hit load. Okay, and we have connector. Where is interplanetary drone, Minmus solar arm, Orange A, Power Bay launcher. I've got all of these frickin' things. Test lander, is it service module? Maybe? 240 parts sounds about right. A little nuts. But, oh no, that's this one. Okay. Dang it, I better have this thing somewhere, or else I'm gonna be very upset. Maybe, what is this autosave ship? I doubt it's it, but, you know, it's worth a check. Oh, wait, nope, that's the fuel, okay. Bus and deorbiter connector. Construction and passengers. Okay, here we go. So, and I can add a couple passengers if I want. I'm wondering if maybe I should do that. But, you know, probably chances are we'll end up with a couple extras here and there. Yes, okay, this is it. So, we'll need to edit container. And we'll remove the strut endpoints because we have plenty of those now on the one fuel canister. So, if we need to attach anything, we'll be able to do that. What we need is illuminators. I believe that is an option here. Yes, Illuminator Mark 1 and Mark 2. Let's see what the difference is. Utility, illuminators. Where are you? Yes, here we go. Is this, let me close this. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. How annoying. Alright. Whoa, ooh, ooh, ooh. And I think it's 8. Yeah, well, it'll automatically correct for that if it's not. Alright, cool. So there's that. This is the Mark 1 and the Mark 2. So let's get a bunch of Mark 2s on there. They all weigh the same. Dang it. Alright, cool. And we will edit container. And illuminator Mark 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's just 5, which is fine for our purposes for now. So we'll have 10 to distribute around. I can think of 6 places where they'll definitely go, and then we could probably come up with 4 more, no problem. Okay, and then, oh, there was a container there, and now there is not. Utility, container. It's because we moved it, I'm sure. Whoa, there we go. And then, edit container. And we need Illuminator Mark 2. Okay, cool. So we'll save that really quick. And then we'll go to new and design this engine thingy that I have dreamed up. So how are we going to do this? I'm thinking. Very dangerous, I know. Okay, so if we do, first of all, let's come up with our payload, which is going to start with, where are we? We want, pods. There we go. That's what I was thinking of. Sorry, I'm still afflicted somewhat with my cold. This is going on for like week 3 now for you guys. Sorry about that. Well, no, maybe not week 3. Let me see. Yeah, we're about week 2.5, which means, you know, we'll get into week 3 of me having a cold and a different voice. At least for my Kerbal Space Program videos, but at the rate I've been recording these, we might be starting a new series, and you can watch that if you really want to see what I sound like without a cold. So, we'll see. Okay. Structural. Okay. And then, like so. Alright, now that end that I just put on there is going to connect to the end of the RCS tanks. So that'll be what ends up actually connecting to the RCS tanks, which means we need to go structural and structural fuselage. There we go. And then we need a cross point. So how do we build a decent cross point? Well, first of all, there is something we could research that would give us a better cross point, but we'll save that for future excursions, I think, at this point. And then, how do we do this next part? This is where it's going to get a little tricky, because there's not really any good pieces that fit with this like that. See, this doesn't really do what I want it to do. So what we have to do is basically do everything with docking ports, because docking ports will actually attach radially like this. So I don't particularly like it that way. I think it's kind of dumb, but what can you do? Alright, and then more docking ports. Okay. And whoop, there we go. If we attach these like so. And then these like whoop. So cool. And then we need fuselage again. Structural fuselage. Fuselage. Fake French pronunciations. Always a great thing you can do to not piss anybody off on the internet ever. Alright, there we go. So that's probably not going to be long enough, I'm going to guess. So what we need to do is... Let me see. I'm debating, like, can I just attach the engines and then not worry about it? That might be what we end up doing. Here, let me finish doing this part. And then... no, not the interstage. Interstage bad. Interstage explodes. And we do not want them to explode off. Alright. And it's not going to let me attach naturally. Why do you say it's not fitting on the other end? It's so annoying. It bothers me, I say. Alright, cool. Well, this will make things a little bit more irritating, but we'll figure it out. Okay, there we go. So there's that. And that's our little cross-section that we were talking about. So let's go back to utility. Again, in order to create this. Oh, man, this is going to suck because it's not going to be perfectly balanced. Alright, that's cool. We'll figure out something. How does that look? That doesn't look very good. We need this, at the very least, to be centered. Can we maybe finagle it? No. Okay. There we go. Alright. So now we just need to replicate that as best as we can on either side here. That's going to give us 2 on one piece because the other part's not linked the same way anymore. Wonderful. And there we go. At least this side is a little bit more agreeable. We're going to have to adjust these just a scooch. Ooh. There we go. That's better. Oh, dang it, I didn't replicate it on the other side. Son of a bitch. Alright, let's do like that. Okay, there we go. So it might fire a little unevenly, but I think if as long as we have like the 2 different axes that they match each other on either side of those, we should be fine. Let's do that. Looks like we're gonna have to adjust this one too. Okay. Fine-tuning adjustments. Suck. There we go. That is all. I don't like it. This is where it starts getting really fickle like this. Kind of annoys me. Alright, there we go. We're going to turn off snapping. And then pray. There we go. Yeah, I have definite fears about how this is going to work out now. But that's okay. We're doing this for fun. Okay. There we go. Excellent. Alright, now let's attach other ends to all these docking ports. And that's where our engines will go. Oh, don't tell me I put this on upside down. I put this on upside down. Okay, that makes a lot of sense now. Alright, 1, 2. And... did I put the other ones on upside down? No, I did not. Okay, good. There we go. Alright, that looks right. So let's do that. Yeah, they're pointed out a little bit. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Slide it over a little bit to the side. And... oh man, come on! There we go. I'm watching for how it clips through. Still a little uneven, but maybe better. Now it's pointing inwards. I don't think it's going to get any straighter than that, unfortunately, though, because technically it's on an edge. Oh, but I can try, dang it. Alright, there we go. It looks like that might be a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty straight. It's not perfectly center, but, you know, we did the best we could, so I think it will work. Let's do structural, bi-stack coupler, and then we're going to duplicate this. Okay, like so. Standard 4-engine arrangement here. And then, of course, we are going to use nuclear engines since we are already going to be in the vacuum of space. And we want as much efficiency as possible with the amount of mass that we're moving. Because that by itself is going to be the tricky part. Can we replicate you, please? Thank you. Alright, cool. So, now what we want to do is go to sub-assemblies. And we are going to do sub-assembly drop right here. And this is the 2x2 nuclear engines. Alright. And save. Alright, 2x2 nuclear engines. Make the rest of this process a little bit easier and less tedious. Hooray, hurrah, hurrah. You know, I could probably do that with the whole arms and save a whole lot of grief, huh? Damn it. Instead of, like, doing all those arms independently, of course the answer comes to me a bit too late. Oh, well, let's see. Well, I guess let's find the one that looks the best, because these are all pretty much off-center. Alright, can we adjust this one to be perfectly on point? Yes. There we go. Alright, so what we want to do is drop this in our sub-assemblies. And we want to do 2x2 A motor arm. And then delete button. There we go. Save. I think about these things far too late sometimes, and it's really annoying. But let's do that. 2x2 A motor arm. Whoa, hey, no. No, that's not what you need to be doing right now. Let's do like that. Okay. Is there any way we can maybe get it to do 4? I doubt it. But it was worth a shot. Yeah, okay, cool. Close enough. I'll take it. 2x2 A motor arm. And wham! Okay, cool. So there's our payload. This is what we're going to attach and hopefully get us to Minmus with our entire station intact. That's the plan, that's the hope, that's the dream. And we do like this, and utility, and a docking port. Let's see, more utilities. Let's try to remember things like batteries. These batteries are so sleek in design, I really like them. Okay, 2, 3, 4. And they're like shorts, comfortable and easy to wear. There's my Pokemon reference for the year. Okay, and you know what? Why not make this no smaller one? There we go. There we go. We now have a nose cone on this, so you know, because go faster in space. Okay, and then we want utility, and we'll do some solar panels on the edges here. Just in case, just because. Alright, 2, and 2, and action groups, that's right. It's on the tab up top, one of the blue tabs. We put that on there, toggle panels. Put that on there, toggle panels. Okay. And then, yes, let's go ahead and we want to make a custom group 8. Don't ask me why, that just seems appropriate to me. Okay, and that's going to be toggle engine. And then this is going to be toggle engine. Why does it not have all of them selected? We're going to toggle engine. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. I can tell already. 1, 2, 3, 4. Toggle engine, but this one is not selected. I don't know why. She swallowed that fly. Perhaps she'll die. Let's see. Toggle engine. Let's see what actually ends up happening real quick. We're going to save. Well, I can't test it if I have no fuel, huh? C'est la vie. Alright, we'll finish building this and then test our action groups to make sure everything works before we actually try to fly off with this thing. So, alright. Actually, yeah, you know what? That's fine. We'll leave that there. I was thinking, hey, I could just, you know, add another drone and then be able to deorbit these engines, but I think I'm just going to delete them. No more deorbiting for the time being, unless it's a real celebration of things. So, and then deorbiting into Kerbin's atmosphere seems really bad and wrong, so, you know, this just minor guilt, maybe. Okay. Structural connector medium, which is a new kind of connector in KW rocketry, which is rather handy. Alright, we want to attach, and then 2 more here to hopefully prevent some of the wobble. Alright, and then we're going to want even more in between these. Alright, there we go. Yep, that's 2, and 2 more. And then if we go to utility, let's think about where we want to attach this to our main ship. If it's going to be in a big X pattern, then, I mean, first and foremost, the easiest decision is just putting more of these guys right on the edges. Let's see. We'll also be facing fuel tanks, so I'm wondering maybe it'll be more stable if we put 2 on the outside here to attach to the fuel tanks. There we go. I'm just checking to make sure that everything is pointed where we want. Okay. And then you go right here. So these will all attach to the fuel tanks. No big deal. Oh, that reminds me. I need to actually add a fuel tank that will attach to, pipe-wise, the fuel tanks that we will be needing. So, okay. Okay, give me a second. Let me think about this. Okay, well, I think it might still work anyways. Here, let's test some things really quick. We have 1 big fuel tank here. We can go ahead and test and see if the motors actually need piping or anything attached to them. So we're going to save. And, oh, let's call this the station engine launcher. Okay. And save, launch. Alright, so we're going to test and make sure that these engines are actually functional whenever I hit 8, not F8. Here, get away from there, you finger. Alright, that didn't sound suggestive at all. Alright. Yes, okay. So they appear to all fire. Let's, 1 second. Let's wait for the smoke to clear a little bit, and then we'll just do a very light firing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to see the pink through the smoke. This is not good testing grounds. Okay, fine. We'll go ahead and launch. It flies. Alright, cool. Yes, so I believe that activated all 8. Hold on, revert to launch. There's actually a much easier way to check that, I just realized. So, 1 second. Okay, and then, yes, if we hit 8, how many pop up on the side there? Oh, that's F8. Don't hit F8. All but 2. Which engines are those? Alright, stop. Wait for the smoke to clear. Smoke doesn't really... Whoa, what are you doing? Cut it out. That was weird. Okay, so whenever I get out of time warp, it starts my engines again. That's not strange at all. Okay, we're missing that one. That one needs to go with the rest of them. Okay. So, I believe I know which one that is. Let's go ahead and revert to assembly. Revert to assembly. And then we add this to the... Yes, it should be that one. So, action groups. This is 8. And we will toggle engine. Okay. So, save and launch. Let's see what happens. Ready. And go. Oh, I'm hitting F8 again. Yes, okay, so we got all of them, and that's the main launcher rocket. Let's go ahead and thrust this up. Yeah. We go to space now. What's up? Fantastic space. Or, you know, maybe we turn around and crash into the ground. That could be fun, too. To celebrate our lack of deorbiting into Kerbin's atmosphere, we are going to deorbit this rocket immediately, if by orbit you mean barely left the launch pad. Let's see if we can hit the assembly building. This looks really unlikely. And pull up, pull up, pull up! No! There we go. Alright. And we are going to revert to vehicle assembly, and then add a bunch of rockets on this to get this into orbit. So I guess you could pretty much officially say that this doesn't really need anything to help with the tanks. Like the tanks will be fine. They'll fill on their own from whatever available fuel source there is, or so seems to be the case. So let's go ahead and first of all make sure that these are all separated so that they don't fire off at once. Get rid of this. And then yeah, so I'll add a bunch of rockets to this. And what I'm going to do is next episode we'll fly this up. At some point I'll add some lights before we take off, and hopefully not forget that. And yeah, and then we'll head to Minmus and try to do a gravity assist with the moon and all of that fun stuff, and it should be really interesting. So this has been Cardboard Decoy playing Kerbal Space Program. If you've enjoyed, please do like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Have fun.